Trading period 3. Only use this video after completing the trading period 2 video. Economic growth. There have been some changes that have taken place in the market. The UK economy is growing quicker than expected in general. BP have announced a large increase in profits. BTV have lost the rights to the B Factor to rival broadcaster BBC. And BeeGem have announced a government investigation into their prices. This good news, such as the general performance of the market, will increase investors' confidence in buying shares, so the overall market will see a general increase. This is also going to be the case for BP, as shareholders get a share of the profits in the form of a dividend, which will be bigger because of their increased profits. However, there will be some bad news, and that knocks confidence of investors and forces more shares to be sold. That's going to be the case with BTV and BeeGem, as a shareholder is going to become concerned about the impact the bad news could have on their overall profits. Will the loss of the B Factor to the rival BBC mean that they get less viewers and they can't charge the advertisers as much to advertise on their channel? And will the investigation into BeeGem and prices by the government impact on how much they can charge the customer to pay for their electricity and gas? Here is the impact that it's had on the bee market. Here is Mr. Hardman's example portfolio now. He will talk you through the impact that it's had on his portfolio.
So we can see here, again down the left, is the companies that I have invested in. So I invested in BP, BZJet, BMart and BBank. Now notice that he has now included, I have included the one extra share that I brought in the last round in BP. So to work out my portfolio, like we've been doing on the other rounds, it's your share price multiplied by the number of shares in that company, which will give you the total amount invested now in that company. You do this for each company, which will then give you your total portfolio value. Now, you can see here that the total value of my portfolio is 5,060, and the overall profit for my portfolio was 3,060, which was £30.60.
And Mr. Hardman's calculated that by taking away the original £2,000 that he invested. So he's looking at his profit he made. So he made a profit of 3,060 or £30.60 from his initial investment. And that's how it's being calculated. So here you can see the bee market again. This time, you may want to pause the video now while you recalculate the value of your portfolio and work out how much profit or loss you've made. Did you invest in the right companies? Remember, Mr. Hardman made a great investment in BP, and look at the increase in the share price there. But just like B Mobile and B Solar, their shares have performed quite well. However, BTV have seen a fall in the value of their share price. Pause the video now. So, profit or loss? How have you performed then? Did you make a profit or did you make a loss on your investment? You want to compare this to the rest of your classmates to see if you can beat the £30.60 profit that Mr. Hardman made on his share portfolio. I think that's quite modest really, and I'm quite impressed with Mr. Hardman's performance there. However, why don't you tweet and share your profit by letting us know how you performed? It's always at BeeBusinessBee. Mr. Hardman doesn't think he can be beaten. What have we learned?
What do we expect to happen to share prices when good news takes place?
Well, typically the share price will increase. This is because the increase in investor confidence in an organisation and the market in general.
And now, what do we expect to happen to share prices when we receive bad news?
Well, typically the share price will start to fall or decrease in value. And this is because reduced investor confidence in the organisation and the overall market. So typically, good news makes share prices go up, bad news makes share prices go down.